Hello friends, you are watching mathematics channel number Collage. This question is on binomial expansion. In the expansion of product of these two expansions, the coefficient of x and x square are 1 and -2 respectively. Hence we have to find p square plus q square. We will expand 1 plus x power p and 1 minus x power q up to the terms containing x square. So 1 plus x power p will be 1 plus px plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial, that is 2 x square, plus so and so forth. 1 minus x power q is 1 minus qx plus q into q minus 1 upon 2 factorial, that is 2 x square, plus so and so forth. Therefore 1 plus x power p into 1 minus x power q will be product of these two expansions that we have just obtained. First we will write together the terms containing x, so that will be product of 1 and minus qx plus px into 1 px, that will be p minus q into x, that gives p equals q plus 1. We name this 1. Next we find terms containing x square. 1 into this term q into q minus 1 upon 2 x square. Then this px into this minus qx minus pq x square. Then this 1 into this term in p plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 x square. Next we write q square minus q upon 2 plus p square minus p upon 2 minus pq multiplied by x square. Q square minus q plus p square minus p minus 2pq upon 2 x square. Now we will replace p by q plus 1 from this equation 1. So q square minus q plus q plus 1 whole square minus q minus 1 minus 2q into q plus 1 upon 2. Q square minus q plus q square plus 2q plus 1 minus q minus 1 minus 2q square minus 2q upon 2. Q square plus q square 2q square minus 2q square get cancelled. 2q minus 2q 0, 1 minus 1 0, minus q minus 2q upon 2 into x square. Here it should be x square and here also x square, which is minus q, and this coefficient of x square is given to be minus 2. So that gives q equals 2. Now from equation 1 we get p equals 2 plus 1 3, and the quantity that we have to find p square plus q square will be 3 square 9 plus 2 square 4 13. Hence the correct answer option here will be C 13, this one. Friends, if this video is of any help to you, please like, share and subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Until then, keep watching Number Collage. Thank you.